What if the greatest enemy on the battlefield wasn't human at all? Welcome back to the world of Berserk, created by legendary Kentaro Miura, where every victory comes with a cost. Now let's begin this chapter. The battlefield had already turned into a graveyard where steel clashed against steel and dying screams echoed across the vast blood-soaked field as two great armies, Midland and Tudor, collided in a merciless struggle. Yet among the chaos, one unit moved with unnatural precision, the Black Sheep Iron Spear Knights, not fighting for victory, but carving through men like they were already dead, leaving behind a trail of bodies that made it seem as if death itself was marching with them. After crushing another wave of Midland soldiers, the knights slowed because in the distance sat a lone figure on horseback, completely still as if untouched by the chaos around him, and something about that stillness felt wrong, yet their leader dismissed it as arrogance, ordering a wedge formation, convinced that this man was nothing more than another life waiting to be erased. The ground thundered as the knights charged forward their formation, perfect, their confidence absolute, but the moment they reached him, the man moved, drawing a massive blade in a single fluid motion, and in the next instant the illusion of control shattered bodies torn apart before thought could even form. Their leader's final expression frozen between rage and disbelief, as if he had glimpsed something far beyond human strength in his last moment. Standing alone in the silence that followed was Guts. His sword dripping with blood, his face disturbingly calm, not the calm of peace, but the emptiness of someone who no longer reacts, as if violence had become something distant to him, something routine. And through the path, he carved the band of the Falcon, surged forward, turning chaos into order. Yet it was clear that what Guts brought to the battlefield was not victory, but something far darker. From afar, Griffith watched, his gaze fixed on Guts with an intensity that felt almost unnatural, as if he was not just observing a warrior, but recognizing something rare, something valuable. And in that silent exchange, something invisible began to form a connection that neither of them fully understood, yet one that carried the weight of something inevitable, something that would one day demand a price. That night, the fortress overflowed with celebration, laughter, and wine, masking the stench of blood still clinging to their armor. But beneath the noise, something fractured quietly, because when Casca confronted Guts, her anger was not just about disobedience. It was something deeper, something she could not fully express. And when she called him a rabid dog, the words struck something buried inside him, a truth he refused to face. And for a moment, the air between them felt suffocating, as if violence could erupt again at any second. Before that tension could break, Griffith stepped in, his presence alone enough to silence everything, as if the world itself bent slightly around him. And soon after, before the King of Midland, his ascent became undeniable as he was granted the title of Viscount, bringing him closer to his dream of a kingdom. A dream so powerful it seemed to pull others into it, binding them to him in ways they did not fully realize. Yet even as the others celebrated their rise, Guts stood apart, because far from the ceremony, in the quiet emptiness of the courtyard, he swung his sword again and again, each strike heavier, more desperate, as if he was trying to silence something within himself, something that refused to fade. Because no matter how many battles he survived, no matter how many enemies he cut down, the darkness inside him remained untouched, waiting, growing, and slowly leading him toward a fate far more terrifying than death itself. And with this, the chapter comes to an end. If you want to know what happens next, make sure to subscribe and stay with us on this journey through Berserk.